Welcome to the Somerset Invitational and the Sideboard. I'm Glenn Jones. I'm joined by Sam Black.
Hi.
Sam, you're known for bringing some pretty saucy brews to most tournaments, invitationals included.
Yeah.
And you've got two this weekend, actually, but we're going to start with your standard, which here we've got laid out a few of the key cards before us. And it looks a little bit like Aristocrats. Someone watching you play might assume you're playing the original black, white, red variant.
My hope is that my opponent will assume that. Yeah.
Sure, and then they'll not see coming a number of your cards. Let's just start with the newest one from M14. We've got Lifebane Zombie. You've got a lot of those in your deck. And you're comboing them with Restoration Angel, so your deck looks like it's got to be pretty frightening for any deck relying on green or white creatures that cost more than 3.
Yeah, I basically built my deck to beat Thragtusk and, incidentally, the Hydra. The doubling one.
Colonian Hydra, yeah. Are you actually expecting to see like a number of them, or?
I don't think so, but I think that people should be playing it more than they are, so I wanted to be prepared in case that happens.
Sure.
I think it's a good card, but I don't think people know that or know how to build it yet.
Yeah. You don't have to really sell anyone on playing Restoration Angel either. It's obviously just one of the better cards in Standard. Moving on, we have a couple of cards that also work reasonably well with Restoration Angel.
Yes.
Mark of Mutiny and Zealous Conscripts, which can steal a creature, and for those not in the know, you flicker the creature and you get to keep it for forever.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have 7 or 9 mana.
Yeah. But you do have these 7 threaten effects, which is the kind of card that typically kills an opponent. Obviously, in the case of Colonian Hydra, they're far more likely to be dead than not.
Yes, and it's 7 backdoor 10 because I have 3 Restoration Angels. The more common combo with the Restoration Angel and the Conscripts is rather than steal their guy, blink it, keep it forever, steal their guy, then steal another guy.
Yeah, sure. Just steal it for a couple turns. That's really all you need.
Well, more likely in this deck, steal 2 different ones.
And you have a lot of ways to make use of those threaten effects when we move past Restoration Angel, who, as we've just said, a little inefficient. Some of these cards significantly cheaper and also significantly less predictable.
Yeah, I'm not generally planning to give my cards back to my opponents when I borrow them.
That's what these 5 cards, we have 9 sack outlets total, 5 unique cards. We'll start with Cartel Aristocrat because we're used to seeing that.
It's the good one.
Everyone understands. It's Cartel Aristocrat. It's not that weird. It's almost unkillable. Everyone's used to seeing it. Moving on, Bloodthorn Vampire. I think people are warming to that idea. We just saw AJ win Richmond, actually, with Bloodthorn Vampire in his deck.
You have just the right number.
One, same as you, so, sure. Then we've got Barrage of Expendables from M14.
Yeah, the last card I added to my deck. I actually wasn't planning on playing it. I'd kind of completely dismissed it. And then Osip picked me up from New Brunswick to take me here. And right when I got in his car, he's like, "So are you playing Barrage of Expendables?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I wasn't. But now that you mention it, that's probably better than the Bubbling Cauldron I was playing." And then I had to think about whether I would have enough red mana in my deck to reliably be able to mark something and then sack it to Barrage, since it costs a red activate instead of a colorless. But I decided that the upside on Barrage was high enough that I was willing to take the risk.
Yeah, it can do those pseudo Blood Artist / Mortar Pod kills or whatever that we've become used to over the years, where you just start flinging creatures at your opponent.
Or it can just kill their Blood Artist.
Also useful. Then we get a little stranger when we move to Corpse Blockade. You posted an article this week about Dark Prophecy, and you brought up Corpse Blockade then.
Yeah.
You're definitely putting your Corpse Blockade where your mouth is, I guess, in this deck.
Credit to this one. When I was doing the daily decks on Wizards, I found a deck list of a guy who took second at a PTQ in England, who was playing a lot of Corpse Blockades in a zombie deck. And I looked at the deck and I'm like, well, this is weird. There are a bunch of Corpse Blockades in Constructed. And then I thought about it and I'm like, well, there are a lot of Flint Hoofbores in Constructed, and Corpse Blockade's pretty good against that guy. And so it's just been a card that's been in the back of my mind. And so for this deck, where I just wanted to make sure that I always had a sack outlet, since I'm building my deck around threaten effects, Corpse Blockade was one that I had in mind as a durable, a sack outlet that I could put in play, and I could count on it to stay there, because both 4 toughness is kind of hard to kill, and why would anyone ever kill my Corpse Blockade?
the theory or fear of bad cards, as it were. Yeah. That's an old school one. And then, lastly, Falconwrath Aristocrat. Back to normalcy here. We're a little more used to seeing Falconwrath Aristocrat these days.
I mean, 2 is a little weirder.
Sure, that's true.
But you can only play so many 4s, and I wanted Restoration Angel with my Lifebane Zombies and Zealous Conscripts. So
Yeah, and outside of that, you've got, as we said, mostly a kind of pseudo-traditional shell. You've got like Sin Collectors, Doom Travelers. But then when we move into the sideboard, you've got a cornucopia of 5.
Random one-ofs.
Yeah, including Blood Artist. We just have
one Blood Artist.
One Blood Artist.
The mascot, added spice, however you want to look at it.
Sure. I also like that you've incorporated, a trio of Devour Flesh to give you some legs against creatures you can't steal and throw at the opponent.
Yeah, round 1 I played against Hexproof, drew 2 Devour Fleshes. He went turn 1, Hexproof 1/1, turn 2, Hexproof 1/1, turn 3, Hexproof 2/2, turn 4, Double Enchanted Hexproof 2/2. And then I died with 2 Devour Fleshes in my hand.
Well, I guess it doesn't always work out then.
Yeah, but I had the best of intentions. I was trying to keep him honest. He was just not interested. That's not how that deck plays.
Yep. Okay. Well, Sam, good luck in the standard rounds. You've still got a couple to go, and then we'll get to go to Legacy, where, as I've already spoiled a little bit, you're
I'll
playing
be back.
another sweet one. And yeah, hopefully we'll have Sam back in the booth for that. So thank you and good luck.
Thank you.